What is up, everybody? Crazy March Kid here. In this video, we are going to be talking about Avengers Endgame. Now, warning, before I get into this video, if you have not, I repeat, if you have not seen Avengers Endgame, I highly recommend you go watch the movie, then come back, and I will talk about it. And you can listen to my spoiler review. I will give you a second to click off this video, go watch the movie, have yourself some popcorn and some drink, and a good tear, a good cry, maybe a good weep. Cry, weep, weep, cry. Alright. Have y'all clicked off the video yet? You better have. 3, 2, 1. Alright, I gave y'all enough time to click off the video. So, with that being said, for the rest of you who have seen the movie, let's get into this, okay? I'm going to go over 5 key points to that I thought were really awesome, epic moments of the movie. So, 1. Captain Marvel was not needed, okay? She was not needed. I don't think she was needed in this whole thing. And speaking of Captain Marvel, before I get into why she wasn't needed, I was right. My fan theory turned out. She saved Tony and Nebula. She brought them back to Earth in the Guardian ship. Woo! So therefore, and I thought it was going to be Pepper. I really thought Pepper was going to, as rescue. And we'll get into that at, later on in this discussion about rescue, because that also is an amazing thing. But Captain Marvel saved him. Captain Marvel saved him. Tony opened his eyes, saw this glowing figure, and who was it? It was Captain Marvel. I think we all, honestly, I really think we all saw that coming. I think we did. But anyway, I honestly don't think Captain Marvel was needed in this movie. The only thing I could say that was awesome about her character was the fact that she was fighting Thanos at the very end, and we will get to the very end of that. You guys, for those who've seen the movie, know what I'm talking about. That was an awesome, epic moment as well. But honestly, I really don't think she was needed. Like half of the movie, she wasn't even in there half the time. So, I think this movie would have been perfectly fine without her. Other people might agree to disagree. So, but I mean, if she was, she did a good job for like her scenes or whatever. She didn't get very much screen time. She did get some. Others got more than some got more than others, and others got less. But it was still awesome. It was still an awesome, epic way that she was in the movie, and she fought Thanos. She did. She held her own and fought Thanos, and was like, it was awesome. And I was like, oh my gosh! Like whenever she fights him, you'll cheer. You'll be like, yeah. And we do have a lot of heavy hitters in this movie. But that was one thing that I thought wasn't needed. But other than that, it was great. It was great. She did a good job. All right, point number 2. This movie starts off very slow. It starts off very slow. And I must say that the soundtrack and the songs in the movie, they're really good. I actually enjoyed the soundtrack of this movie, and the songs that they put in there, they were reminiscent to some of the Guardians stuff. So that was cool. And the first act, it's very slow. The second act picks up, and we're getting a little bit more into it. But the third act, oh my God, that third act, it hits you. It picks up, and it definitely hits you. And then you realize, oh, so that's why it was progressively going slow. So, because it hypes you up, basically, So, and that's why they did what they did. And I'm perfectly fine with that. Because in the beginning, I was just like sitting there, I was like, oh my gosh. And then they were, they did their flashbacks and went back to the past. There's a lot of time jumps in this thing. So, and then, I don't really think it's hard to follow because I felt I followed it really well. Like the story kind of makes sense, and it doesn't like the trailers. It doesn't go where you think it's gonna go. Like this movie jumps all over the place. Like the trailers make it seem like they're after what like there is a potential, there is a goal, an end goal, but like it's all different. It's all different. It's not the same. So everything, it's not what you expect. It's not what you expect at all. So, but the time jumping, whenever they went back to the past and they saw their younger selves and all this stuff, I was like, oh, so we're back to the future in this, but in the Avengers, you know? So I thought that was kind of cool. But the first and second act are really dry, and they have like flashbacks and Easter eggs and references as well. So that was kind of a cool thing. So, that was point number 2. Point number 3, Captain America wielding Thor's hammer. What the actual freak? Like, everybody, like, whenever I saw the movie, everybody cheered. They were like, woo! Yeah! Like, everybody was so hyped at that. And he fought Thanos with the freaking hammer. I was going, what is this? What is going on? My mind was blown. I was like, I can't believe they put that in the movie. He is worthy after all, everybody. Yes. So, but, and then he had, and Thor was fighting with his hammer and Stormbreaker. That was kind of cool. Although, Thor to me kind of let me down a little bit because I get it. They all messed up. They all got messed up in this movie. All the Avengers got messed up, totally. When Thanos snapped his fingers and half of the world, like, you know, disappeared and died, everybody was messed up. They even had a freaking, what is it, an AA meeting to figure out how their life was going after, you know, the snap. So I thought that was kind of funny. But no, Thor is definitely messed up. Asgard, they have a place on Asgard. I don't know really where it is, but it's, heck, I don't even know. But I know it's on Earth. And they have like their little town or whatever. Valkyrie's still alive, so is Korg. So and Ragnarok, whenever they got on or not Ragnarok, Infinity War, whenever they were everybody was leaving in the ships and stuff. So she made it out with the refugees, or the rest of the refugees from Asgard before Thanos came and got the Infinity Stone got the Tesseract from Loki. So that's what everybody thought, and we were like, yeah, and so that comes to pass when we see that. So that's good. But she's kind of, you know, overseeing the little town or whatever, the Asgard town, and then Thor's just there. He's drinking beer. He's got a beer belly. His hair's long again. He's got stuff and crumbs in his beard. Like, he's messed up. Like, he really is. Like, that snap, woo, man, that messed him up. That really messed him up. But I really thought it was awesome whenever they were fighting with the shield and the hammer and all this other stuff. And, like, he was beating like, Captain America was beating the snot out of him. And I was just like, but then he got his shield broken. I was like, what is this? I was like, what? He got his shield broken. But I thought it was really cool how he wielded the hammer. So, that was really good, too. There's so much to talk about this movie. Like, I could go on for a while about this movie. Like, it is insane. That's how big of an impact this movie had on me. But that's number 3. It was awesome whenever he wielded his hammer. The best part. Oh, there's two more things I gotta mention. So we're on number 4 right now. This is gonna probably be the biggest one and the one that's probably the most, you know. Everybody, except for one person, comes back. All the heroes except for one comes back. Freaking. It was the greatest thing. It was how they did it, how they brought everybody back was so freaking phenomenal. Like, I lost my, pardon my language, I lost my shit. Okay, I lost my shit. Okay, because freaking like Thanos and Captain America are squaring off or whatever, and friggin' Tony got punched off, Thor got punched off, and then he punches Cap. His shield's like freaking half destroyed, and he's sitting there, and then Thanos' army just appears, and he's just like ready to like whip some tail, and then he gets Captain America gets a call on his comm, and it's Sam Wilson. It's Falcon, and he's like, Captain America, Captain America. He's like, to your left, and a portal opens, and Black Panther walks through like, what's up? Like, what's up? Like, I'm here. I'm here. I got your back up. Don't worry. We're coming for you. We on your side, Cap. We gonna help you defeat this guy the right way this time. And they walk through, and everybody, there are portals opening from left to right, center, up, down. They're coming out of everywhere. And I was just like, oh my gosh. The best part was when, okay, so the best appearances, like they showed everybody, like all the Guardians, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, everybody cheered when Spider-Man swung through that portal. Doctor Strange came out, and Spider-Man swung through the portal, and everybody cheered. We were cheering like crazy, and as soon as everybody gets, like, as soon as you see everybody, and they're all lined up or whatever, freaking Black Panther shouts, Ibambe! And everybody's just, he's like, Ibambe! And everybody is just cheering, losing their minds. I lost my mind, and then Captain America steps up and he's like, Avengers! And he's like, assemble. And I was like, yeah! Woo! I lost it, guys. You have no idea. That was an epic moment. That was the awesome, epic moment of the entire movie. That third act right there, that scene alone was so awesome. So freaking epic. Like, I can't tell you how awesome that was. Spider-Man got a lot of screen time. He actually did at the end. He got a lot of screen time. And that battle. Oh my god, that battle. That battle between Thanos' army and the Avengers, or the Fallen Avengers, it was just, it was majestic. It was so badass. Like, it was so cool. It was so cool to see everybody, like the Guardians, fight alongside Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange fighting alongside Black Panther, Black Panther fighting alongside Spider-Man, Iron Man fighting. Like, it was amazing. And then freaking, I wasn't expecting this, which was awesome. I thought it was cool. There is a scene in that battle where all the women, like most of the women, not all of them I would say, but most of them, they all get there and they're like, I guess they're trying to get rid of the gauntlet or whatever, and so they're like, get it to the quantum realm or something so it'll disappear or something like that. But all of them like band together to stop Thanos from trying to get the gauntlet or whatever, and they're like, we got this. And all of the women, like all of the women just started, like they made a line, and I was like, because it was, let's see, it was Scarlet Witch, Mantis, Valkyrie, Pepper Potts' rescue. Pepper Potts' rescue was cool. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh my god. I was like, so it is, so she is. I didn't really think she was gonna be a big part of the movie. She's like that ending whenever she showed up and her and Tony are like doing their fighting thing. They're like side by side, kind of like how Rhodey and Tony were in Iron Man 2 whenever they were fighting all the robots or whatever and stuff, and that little square thing. That's what Pepper and Tony were doing. They were side by side and they were shooting and fighting and stuff, and I was like, this is awesome. Like, this is so freaking cool. But all of the women were fighting, and they were, fighting all of the Thanos' army and stuff. I thought that was cool. I thought that was another cool moment. There are just so many cool moments in this thing. So, but that battle, if you guys have seen the movie, y'all know what I'm talking about. That battle, it takes your breath away. You're on the edge of your seat. You're just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. You're sitting there hyperventilating, and everybody's just looking at you like, dude, calm down. Like, no, you calm down. It's a freaking, like, Avenger War. Like, this is amazing. Like, I'm just, So, it was awesome. It was an awesome moment. But I'll have to talk more about that later, but it was a great, awesome moment. It really was. And the last and final, and this is the sad part right here. This is the last and final sad thing. Iron Man dies. Iron Man dies, guys. Oh my god. Like, I wasn't expecting that. Like, I thought it was going to be Captain... Honestly, here's what I thought. I thought whenever, it was, like, I guess Thor got on him, and then Captain America jumped on him, and then Iron Man got on him. I honestly thought, like, he was going to, like, Thanos was going to kill all three of them, and then, like, a portal was going to open, or whatever, and then everybody was going to come back, and they were going to, like, basically, like, whip Thanos' butt for killing the three main, for killing Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man. But Iron Man dies. Like, I can't believe they did that. I can't believe they pulled that off. Like, I was shocked. I was like, what? I was like, Nat's dead because she had to go get the Soul Stone from the Quantum Realm. But, like, Hawkeye and Nat were fighting over who's going to sacrifice herself. And so I guess Nat dies, and they get the Soul Stone back from Nat, but she's dead. She's one of the Avengers who die. And then the other one is Tony. I wasn't expecting Tony to die, but the way they did it was amazing. Like, and it's funny because we saw that, and it was sort of like a foreshadowing in the Infinity War. But the way he dies is he gets the stones. Because Thanos was about to snap his fingers because he had that gauntlet, and so Captain Marvel tried to stop him and everything. And she held her own. She did. But then, like, I guess Tony was like still fighting him and stuff. And so as soon as I guess he was about to snap his fingers, and he snapped them, and I realized that I was like, okay, so he snapped him and nothing's happening. I was like, did the gauntlet like power down or something? But what happened was Tony, he swiped the stones, and he put the stones on his glove, and he was like, and it was the greatest line ever. Like, I guess Thanos is like, he's like, I'm inevitable or whatever or something, and he's like, you may be inevitable. He's like, and then he's like, but then he looked, and I saw all the stones, and he's like, you may be inevitable, but I will always be Iron Man. And he snapped his fingers, and I was like, oh my god, like that was a cool moment. It really was another cool moment for me, and I was just like, for the movie or whatever. Well, it was also a cool moment for me because I was like, oh my god, he is Iron Man. And then, but like, I guess because we saw this whenever Bruce tried to, like, he snapped his fingers and he brought everybody back by doing that, by getting all the stones or whatever. But that it's powerful. That is a powerful, when you have all the stones on a glove, and it, like, just, it takes you, like, it just, overpowers you. It's crazy. And we kind of saw that in the Infinity War whenever he did that and his arm was all burnt or whatever. And we kind of saw that for Bruce being the strongest Avenger, and he's like, well, I can take it because I'm Hulk, So, but whenever Tony did that, I guess it did it, and it overshocked his heart, and he had a heart attack, which was understandable, but it was just such a cool, heart-wrenching moment. And he just, after everything was happened, he just, like, sat there. He was just like, and I was like, oh no, it's actually gonna happen this time, because you could see his pigmentation was, like, leaving him. And SpiderMan, oh my gosh, that was another gut-wrenching thing. Like, SpiderMan swings over, he's like, Tony, he's freaking out, like, the kid is freaking out. And then Pepper gets over there, and she's all calm and collective. Rhodey's there. So it's Rhodey, Spider-Man, and Pepper, and they're just looking at him, and everybody else is, like, over, like, doing their own thing or whatever. They're out there, just, like, it's... Anyway, but you guys know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You know where all the other Avengers are. They're, like, really close in vicinity or whatever, but they're around, because he snapped and made Thanos' army disappear. Which I thought was a cool thing too, but he's just sitting there, and he's just like, and then Pepper's perfectly calm and collective, and she's just like, you can rest now, it's okay. And I was going, no! I was like, you don't say that! Like, no! And then he dies. He dies. Oh my gosh. Oh, Iron Man, why? Why couldn't it be Captain America? Okay, listen. If I had it my way, I honestly wanted it to be Captain America who died. I really, really did, guys. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you guys are Captain America fans, but I wanted Captain to die. I did. Like, but I'm fine with Tony dying either way. I mean, it was either gonna be, I know it either had to be Captain America or it had to be Iron Man, and they chose Iron Man. Which, you know what? I am not at all disappointed in their decision of killing Iron Man. I'm really not, because he has a daughter now, and that's another cool thing. Iron Man got married. He built a cabin. He got, he had a daughter, and I was just like, what the heck is this? So I was like, I guess those 5 years, like, really, really helped you out, buddy. But, this movie was such an emotional roller coaster. Like, I think it's the best Marvel movie ever. I really do. I think it will be, it's so great. Like, it is so great. I'm gonna have to watch this movie over and over and over. And I'm wondering if they're gonna do, like, one where it's, like, a bundle pack, where it's, like, Avengers 1, Avengers 2, Avengers 3, and then Infinity War, and then Endgame. Like, I wonder if they're gonna put like a what is it, like a four, like how they do like a 4-box deal or whatever, I wonder if they're gonna do that. But I have to get all the Avengers movies now. But it was an emotional roller coaster. It was great. Russo brothers, thank you so much for doing what you did. You guys are the best out there. Iron Man was the start of this. It's funny because Iron Man's the start of this, and he's also the end. And I was like, what? So, and then I guess Captain America got old, and he lived out his, like, that ending. And just that ending was. Everybody came to his funeral too. Everybody came to Captain America, or not Captain America. I wish it was Captain America. Everybody came to Iron Man's funeral, and I thought that was a good thing. I thought that was cool. And I knew they were gonna put that little Tony Stark has a heart thing on his grave. I knew it. I was like, they're gonna bring that back, put it on his gravestone, and they did. They did. And it's funny because, like, his grave was in the water, and they just put flowers, and they put the little, like, little arc reactor thing, and they just, like, let it float downstream. And I was like, what a way to go. So that was awesome. That was really cool. And then there's no end credit scene, by the way, guys. There was no end credit scene, which I thought was all right. I mean, I wasn't mad. A lot of people were mad about that. A lot of people were like, no end credit scene, no end credit scene. I'm just like, oh my gosh, guys. But we'll probably get another end credit. They'll probably start the end credit scenes back up again whenever we get Spider-Man Far From Home. So whenever that movie comes out, we'll probably get an end credit scene there. But yeah, and then there's one more awesome thing where they're doing, like, I kind of thought it was odd whenever they were doing the credits, like the end credits, where they were, like, telling everybody's name or whatever. But then the coolest ones were they did the original 4, like they did Mark Ruffalo, it was the original 5, I believe. So it was Mark Ruffalo, Jeremy Renner, Scarlett Johansson, Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., and Chris Hemsworth. I got them all. Yeah, I think that was the original. Yeah, that was all of them. But they did their names or whatever. They made, like, their picture, and then they did a signing. Like, they signed their name, and I was like, that is awesome. Like, that was a pretty cool ending. So that ending right there, it was cool. It was cool. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad ending. I enjoyed it thoroughly. It was a great, awesome movie, and I can't wait to see this movie over and over and over again. So, with that being said, guys, that is my full-blown Avengers Endgame spoiler review. So, let me know what you guys thought of the movie in the comments below. If you've seen the movie, awesome. Let me know what you thought. If you guys are not planning to see the movie and you just want to listen to a spoiler review, then that's perfectly fine too. Like, share, subscribe. If you're new to the channel, click that bell for returning notifications. And yeah, as always, guys, Crazy March Kid here. I bid you guys a very good day.